He been asking for this fight for a minute too. So he got it.
Be careful with what you wish for.
I would do a live drug test.
What do you do?
I would do a
What do you
live
do?
drug test.
What do you do?
I drink and I smoke weed, and so has the majority of this room.
Things are looking pretty bad for Ryan Garcia, as Gervonta Davis has accused him of drug use, as well as unstable behavior. And it appears that the upcoming bout between Garcia and Devin Haney may get canceled anytime now. Allegations surfaced surrounding Garcia's demeanor at the opening press conference, suggesting he was under the influence, as well as insinuations of recreational drug use. In the initial press conference, Garcia appeared to have a slight slur in his speech, but it was in the subsequent press conference that his noticeably hoarse voice became apparent. Haney asked his rival, "What the fuck happened to your voice?" Garcia said he had a sore throat brought on by his screaming for these promos. Garcia then made it clear he does not take cocaine. This came as Haney taunted him by saying, "Stop the coke, it's fucking up your voice." However, Garcia said, "I want to clarify some things. I don't do cocaine. I will do a live drug test. I drink and I smoke weed, and so has the majority of this room." Haney persisted in his critique of Garcia, questioning the type of example he sets for children. Haney said, "What kind of example are you for the younger generation watching this? You are talking about drinking and smoking weed, making that cool. The younger generation looks up to us. Whatever you do behind closed doors, you do behind closed doors. It's young kids watching us." Meanwhile, Garcia emphasized that his willingness to acknowledge his consumption of alcohol and marijuana demonstrates his authenticity. He said, "You finally got somebody that raised their hands, saying I'm real. I'm like this. I do drink. I do smoke. Now what? Guess what? We all have flaws, and we all evolve as people. While these personal choices may seem inconsequential, as long as they don't jeopardize the fighter's career, concerns linger among fans and experts about the potential impact on the upcoming April 20th bout between Haney and Garcia. According to Garcia, "I'm 25 years old. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. I don't know how many people have been 25 and made $100 million in their life and can do whatever they want. I want to see what you would do in my shoes." Notably, Haney adheres strictly to a teetotal lifestyle, while Garcia openly admits to indulging in drinking and smoking. Haney said, "Hopefully Ryan can get it together." On the other hand, Arnold Barboza Jr., who is set to feature on the Haney-Garcia undercard, has put his name forth as a substitute for Garcia, in case Ryan doesn't get his shit together. Following the accusations in the press conference, Garcia engaged in a live social media session, where he was seen indulging in marijuana consumption. The reigning WBC super lightweight champion has issued a stern warning, indicating the possibility of withdrawing from the forthcoming second leg of the press tour scheduled in Los Angeles.
Weed is legal, bro. Bro,
The younger generation look up to us. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to publicize you drink whatever you do behind closed doors?
I don't know what he's talking about. Anyways,
Why are you trying to? It's young kids. It's young kids watching us. It's young kids.
Asked in the live video who training was going, Garcia answered, "Amazing, bro. Looking good. Training good. I'm laughing because I'm high as fuck." On Haney claiming he was drunk, he added, "I know so many stories of top athletes in the world that do crazier shit than me and be the best in the world. I'm not a dry snitch. I won't say anything. At the end of the day, I box, smoke weed, drink, and I'm the best." After witnessing Garcia's behavior, Haney stated, "I'm not going to that press conference tomorrow. This dude Ryan is wasting mine and everybody's time." Promoter Oscar De La Hoya gave his solemn word that such an occurrence would be averted. Yet, the atmosphere at the press conference crackled with an unmistakable tension. Just within a few hours, there are speculations circulating that Garcia might be deliberately undermining his own chances to evade a showdown with Haney at the Barclays Center. Haney said, "Garcia is trying to sabotage the fight so he doesn't have to fight in New York and pay those taxes. The play is clear. Either that or he knows he dead meat on April 20th. The sight of a professional athlete indulging in smoking and drinking just 7 weeks before a crucial fight raises numerous uncertainties and concerns. Should Garcia require assistance, as he has previously for mental wellness, Haney might find himself stranded. If the situation continues to deteriorate, the upcoming bout is at serious risk and could potentially be postponed indefinitely this spring.
you finally got somebody raising your hand saying, "I'm real. I'm like this. I do drink. I do smoke. Now what?" It's okay. Guess what? We all have our flaws and we all evolve as people. Again, I'm 25 years old. You gotta remember, the weight of the world sometimes feels like it's on my shoulders.
On the other hand, Bill Haney foresees a scenario where Ryan Garcia suffers a blow to his reputation on April 20th, as he anticipates Garcia's defeat at the hands of his own son, Devin Haney. He said, "On April 20th, it'll be the death of Ryan Garcia in the way that people view him unless he does what is impossible and defeats Devin Haney." Devin single-handedly drained any sense of enjoyment from today's Los Angeles press conference by persistently hurling accusations of drug use at Ryan and slapping the label of racism them onto his father, Henry Garcia. Whenever Ryan attempted to interject, Devin incessantly talked over him, refusing to let him have a voice. Meanwhile, Bill said, "I don't know if it was a distraction tactic or what. What is tobacco? How do we know it was weed? And how do we know he was lit as fuck?" Throughout the upcoming fight week in April, Bill must ensure that Devin's speech is kept to a minimum, minimizing the risk of him tainting the final press conference and spoiling the weigh-in with his pessimistic remarks. He said, "I know a little something about weed, and I've never known someone to hit the weed and say, 'Oh, I'm lit as fuck.' You're on something else other than weed if you're on weed. California weed is not that strong." Bill believes that Ryan is merely a stay-busy opponent for the WBC light welterweight champion Haney. He said, "I think it was a diversion tactic. When you have the superior skill set that Devin has, why not try some other things? It might not be selling the fight. It might be fighting warfare. He showed up with 50 girls and all those things to try and deter." Bill confidently predicts that their upcoming bout at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York will be a straightforward victory for Haney, dismissing Ryan's chances as easy work. He said, "Ryan's relentless pursuit in boxing positions him among the elite, akin to striving for a spot on Mount Rushmore." Now, besides the drug and drinking debate, a new issue has emerged. A disconcerting clip surfaced on Ryan Garcia's X profile. Spanning only 6 seconds, it depicts a shaky glimpse of what seems to be the residence of the Mexican boxer, adorned with an eerie message purportedly scribbled by an unfamiliar individual. The violent message is followed by a series of randomly pressed letters. The same video, with a slightly different caption, can be seen on Garcia's Instagram account. Supporters inundated both forums with conjecture spanning from allegations of substance abuse to sincere worry for the boxer's health. Seeing this, Matchroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has voiced his apprehension regarding Ryan Garcia's recent atypical conduct. He said, "He just didn't seem himself at the presser, if I am honest. I think that I have been around a lot of people and a lot of fighters that I have seen go through problems, and I have never been wrong when I've thought to myself, this person has got an issue here." Hearn pointed out that discussing these matters could serve as a valuable lesson, referencing the cases of Scott Fitzgerald and Ammo Williams, who have managed to overcome their issues. He added, "I don't think that they'll mind me talking about it because it is a valuable lesson. One with Scott Fitzgerald and another one was Ammo Williams, who thankfully came through the other side of it and has done brilliantly well." Hearn proceeded to reflect on his observations of those alterations, expressing his wish for Garcia to steer clear of treading the identical route. He said, "I saw that with Ammo, and obviously I saw it with Scott, and they are both very different situations. And I think that I can see it in Ryan too, and I do worry." Hearn continued by reflecting on his observations of changes in behavior, and expressed his hope that Garcia would avoid going down a similar path. He noted changes in mannerisms and behavior that were not related to substances, but seemed indicative of mental and emotional shifts. Hearn said, "I just noticed mannerisms around them, and this was nothing to do with substances, but you just see something changing mentally and emotionally in their behavior." Moreover, Hearn emphasized his concern beyond the fight itself, highlighting the importance of Garcia joining a training camp. He expressed worry about the people surrounding Garcia, stating that despite Garcia not being his responsibility, the behavior he had observed recently, coupled with events from the previous night, seemed erratic and indicative of underlying issues. He said, "Forget about the fight. I hope that he makes the fight, but he really needs to get into training camp. I'm worried about the people that he has around him. He's not even my responsibility, but what I have seen in the last few days, and obviously what came last night, is erratic behavior, and erratic behavior stems from something." Andrea Salina, the former spouse of Ryan Garcia, took to social media to express her concern for him, indicating he's heavily oppressed at present. While it's likely she meant depressed instead of oppressed, her worry for Ryan's well-being is evident. She's urging people to keep him in their prayers. She said, "If all my followers, who are believers, can you please pray for Ryan? We are not together, and I've been in contact with him. He may seem fine, but he is not. I know in my heart that he is being heavily oppressed." Her concern for Ryan's well-being was clear as she requested her followers, especially those who believe in prayer, to pray for him. She explained that although they are no longer together, she has been in touch with him and feels that despite appearances, he is not fine. She added, "This is not a troll. I am genuinely concerned, and so are all his family members. We are not part of any of this, but this is real. Pray for him." She expressed a sincere worry for his condition, emphasizing that her concern is genuine and shared by his family members, urging people to pray for him as she believes the situation is serious. However, Ryan Garcia's father, Henry Garcia, confirmed that Ryan is fine. He said, "Yes, Ryan is okay. He is just trolling the wrong way." Meanwhile, Devin has also reacted to these comments from Garcia. He urged fans not to pay heed to anything Garcia said. Haney then wrote, "Stop paying attention to his trolling. This dude is trying to rock everybody to sleep." On the other hand, despite Garcia's dedication to training, he seeks to gain an edge through psychological tactics and verbal sparring. He has admitted to his strategy, stating that he will persist in using trolling as a means to unsettle his opponent. Garcia said, "Look guys, I understand that everybody's concerned concerned. 99% of what I'm doing is just trolling. I'm running, what, 8 miles? Waking up at 6 in the morning. You don't have a six-pack if you're drinking every day and smoking. Garcia's trolling won't likely cease. He'll persist in provoking Haney relentlessly. With a 24-1 record, Garcia is banking on this strategy to unsettle Haney mentally. The question lingers, will Haney succumb to the pressure even before stepping into the ring? Devin Haney, in a recent interview with Fight Hype, dismissed any notion of Ryan Garcia posing a threat to him. Haney stated, "Ryan has not changed since becoming an amateur. He's been fighting the same way. Of course, he got bigger, stronger. But he's just, if you look at his amateur fights, old amateur fights, he's doing the same thing." Having experienced Garcia's capabilities, Haney claimed, "So, I know how to beat Ryan." He then doubled down on his claim while highlighting their first and last encounter in the ring. Haney said, "Even though our first fight was when we were 10 years old, our last fight was when we were like 16. He hasn't really changed much." In another interview, Haney talked about the behavior of Garcia.
Ryan was at the motherfucking press conference drunk as a skunk, but hopefully, he get it together before April 20th.
On the other hand, at the recent press briefing, Eddie Hearn demonstrated his anticipated backing for Devin Haney, his boxer, as anticipated. He stated, "I think he might be unbeatable. He might be one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport, when you're as dedicated as he is, and when you do things right." Nevertheless, Garcia's discontent brewed as he had prepared a regal throne for his comfort during the conference.
Unbeatable. I think he might be one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. And when you're as dedicated to the sport as he is, and when you do things right...
That's a crazy statement.
You don't like that?
No, that was the worst statement. Dude, anybody's beatable. That's cap.
Anyone's beatable.
And I like you.
I like you. But I back this man every day of the week and twice on a Sunday.
But you don't got to lie?
I don't lie. I just say.
That was a lie.
Just say.
You said you think he's unbeatable. Okay, I got you.
I do. I think he's unbeatable. But
disrupting Hearn's speech, he vehemently denounced the assertion as a flagrant falsehood. He said, "Come on, Eddie, stop lying. That's a crazy statement, dude. Anybody is beatable. That's cap, and I like you. You don't have to lie. That was a lie." Another hot debate surrounding this fight is the resurgence of the long-lost sparring footage between Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. With its recent disclosure, many speculate that it might finally settle the ongoing debates that have lingered for years. Nevertheless, its reappearance has undeniably reignited a flurry of controversies, conflicting claims, and counter-arguments, casting a shadow over the highly anticipated fight. Amidst this whirlwind of speculation, rising featherweight sensation, Bruce Carrington emphasizes the importance of exercising caution before drawing hasty conclusions solely based on a brief clip. Fight Hype's Javon Hill asked, "I want to get your opinion on the sparring of Tank and Devin. What do you think about that?" Bruce Carrington replied, "Oh yeah, no. That made that crazy. You already know that's going to cause a lot of controversy." Nevertheless, he appeared to issue a word of warning. Perhaps his intention was to ensure that everyone grasped the fact that, at the time of the sparring session, Devin Haney was merely 16 years old. But you guys gotta put a lot of things into play. Devin was 16, you know what I mean? And that would give you definitely, Tank more of an edge on that, Carrington said. But from his perspective, the footage might give some hints. Some elements of the boxers appear to have been inherited from the past. Therefore, when analyzed in the context of the impending battle, it offers a fascinating perspective. Bruce Carrington said, "But I still see the little things that both fighters still do from back in the day when they did spar. So very interesting perspective that is putting into the potential fight to come up, man. It definitely got a lot of people, a ringing, and got a lot of people watching out for this fight. Numerous enthusiasts will undoubtedly be eagerly anticipating the leaked footage's portrayal of the boxers' inner thoughts and emotions leading up to the main event. With more than 4 weeks remaining before they step into the ring, spectators can expect further dramatic developments, whether through intense confrontations or other compelling forms of expression. Meanwhile, Devin Haney holds the conviction that Floyd Mayweather Jr. shoulders responsibility for the unauthorized release of the sparring sessions with Gervonta Davis. He said, "Floyd has been hating a long time. This ain't just starting. I held my tongue for years because I respect the greats of the sport." Concerned about the leaked footage, Devin suggested that Mayweather Jr. harbors resentment and may have been the source behind the infamous sparring clip provided to his opponent. He said, "But the dude is a bona fide hater and doesn't want to see anybody win if he is not a part of it. I know he sent Ryan the sparring. I know he gave Ryan those pimp comments to say. The miserable old man tried to stop the fight. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy he revealed himself to the world." Haney's outburst was entirely expected, given that King Rise sought to diminish the Dream's prospects in a potential future bout against Davis by utilizing the footage. As they gear up for their tie-breaking match, now on a professional stage, the Dream is brimming with confidence that victory is within reach. When discussing a potential showdown with King Rai to Jake Paul, Haney expressed utmost certainty in his ability to secure a definitive triumph. He said, "I do feel like Ryan has gotten better since the amateurs, but I don't feel like he got that much better. As amateurs, we were very competitive. We would go back and forth. Now, I don't feel like it would be a close fight with us." On the other hand, following Garcia's unveiling of a video clip depicting Gervonta Davis seemingly outshining his upcoming adversary Devin Haney, he vocally criticized Jake Paul for his actions, accusing him of disrespecting the sport following a swift victory over Ryan Borland in Puerto Rico. However, Paul clapped back at Garcia in the post-fight press conference, potentially setting up a fight between the two. Paul said, "Ryan, I love you. You know that, bro. But you've got to chill out because there's a line and you just seem like you're losing your mind and acting thirsty and desperate and saying you're a billionaire when you had one money fight." Paul dismissed the idea of being challenged by Garcia, stating he considered a fight with him to be light work due to Garcia's inadequate footwork, and claimed that despite Garcia's longer experience, he believed himself to be the better boxer. He said, "I'm just saying, just chill, bro. But if you do want to fight, that's to me light work. You've got no footwork, and as long as you've been in the game, I'm a better boxer than you." Overall, Ryan Garcia finds himself in a tumultuous phase, both personally and professionally. Whether these issues will lead to the cancellation of the fight or serve as a wake-up call for Garcia remains to be seen. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.